Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Dusty Old Deck Trail. So today we're talking Commander, and specifically a Precon. The Abzan Armor Precon, this one. It's coming out with Tarkir Dragonstorm. Pretty excited about it. So they have 5 coming out, and this is the one I picked. I've actually really been wanting to make a Defender Commander deck, and whenever they released this one and said it was going to be Defender based, I was like, that's it. So this is the one I'm building, and so this is the deck list that I put together. I've been kind of playtesting it digitally, and I'm pretty satisfied with the way it turned out. It's pretty awesome like this. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's go through it, talk about some cards I took out or added or why, and so, I don't know. Let's take a look. So the full deck list, I'll put it up on Moxfield. I'll put the link in the description. For the Commander, we got Felthar the Steadfast. The Precon comes with 2, but obviously this one is definitely geared around the Defenders. So about half this deck, I would say, is original. It's going to come into the box, and I've modified it quite a bit, just kind of to my liking. So the overall feel for the deck, very simple. Bunch of defenders, and you're just going to smash your opponents with them. And your commander is going to allow you to do that. So we have a few combos where you can like fling walls, but also definitely the number 1 card in this deck being this one, the Tree of Perdition. Because with your commander, you can switch their life total with this creature, and then attack them directly for their life total, and their life total is now going to be 13. So this card is definitely going in the deck. It is so nasty. It's perfect for this deck. And this card's counterpart, the Tree of Redemption, actually already comes in the Precon, which is great. You can basically do the same thing with this card. You just switch your life total with this card, and if your life total is higher than an opponent's life total, with your commander, you can either attack them directly and end the game, or you can fling it and end the game the same way. I won't go through every card individually, but I'll just kind of go down the list. So I'm definitely keeping Crashing Drawbridge in here. I did actually originally take it out because I didn't think it would be that useful, but I was definitely wrong. So this card is amazing because we have a lot of creatures like this one, Overgrown Battlement, or this one, I kept the Sylvan in here. So we have a lot of creatures that instead of using mana rocks, we're using the Defender walls as our mana dorks essentially. So having the Crashing Drawbridge and then giving them haste and being able to have access to their mana immediately, super important. I use it all the time. So Crashing Drawbridge definitely stay in this deck. So in this deck we have a lot of mana dorks, so we have a lot of creatures that can produce mana because we need a lot of mana early on to try and get our 4 mana commander out as soon as possible. But also we have quite a few fairly expensive cards. So I've kept the new one, Canopy Gargantua, in here. Amazing card. This guy, he's definitely going to end games a lot. Towering Titan, 6-drop. And I added in Sun Titan. I think Sun Titan in this deck is going to be perfect. We have a lot of low drop walls essentially that we could bring back, but also your commander. So if you have to discard any of those cards and you have a Sun Titan in hand, just discard the walls and then you'll be able to use Sun Titan to bring them back. Originally I had removed Wall of Omens, this one, and Wall of Blossoms. I'd originally removed these 2 cards, or having defenders in your hands that can replace themselves immediately with a new card. Very powerful, I figured out. I didn't think it would be this good, but it really is this good. So I did actually take this card out though. This was the 3rd one that could replace itself whenever you draw it. And I replaced it with a different card at the this is the last card I actually took out. I did have it originally, but because it is 3 mana over 2 mana, it's great, but it's like not as good as the other 2. So I just kept 2 of them in here. Because Sun Titan, you can do things like bring Wall of Blossoms or Omens back from the graveyard and draw an additional card on top of that. So you can kind of loop them a little bit, which is pretty awesome. We kept the Herdmaster, he's a 6-drop as well. And then I also decided to add this card, the Unhallowed. Very good card with 13 toughness. So we can do a lot of stuff with that. With your commander, you can draw 12 cards off of it, so you'll draw 13 but have to discard 1. It works great with this other card that we added in here, Catapult Fodder. Whenever you flip it, it becomes Catapult Captain. And with Catapult Captain, you can pay 3, tap it, sacrifice the Unhallowed, and fling it for 13 damage to somebody, which is pretty awesome. And this card also stacks with these 2 cards as well, Sidar and Lamplight. Because it only has 1 attack damage, when you combine it with your commander and Sidar, it becomes a nearly or difficult to block 13/13. And then also with Lamplight gives it Skulk. So unless they have a bunch of small defenders, it's going to be pretty difficult to block. So I think this card, for being like 5 cents, I think it's going to work pretty well in this deck. So another great card on top of that is this card, Wall of Blood. You can pay 1 life to pump it up. So if your life total is higher than your opponent's, use Catapult Captain to pump up Wall of Blood to whatever life total it was at, and then fling and instantly win the game. So this Wall of Blood is definitely a must-have in this deck. It's a very good card. So, and even if you don't do stuff like that, just having a creature that's so big that you can block anything with it potentially, very good. So I definitely recommend Wall of Blood in here. It's a great card. So with the artifacts and things, I actually only have two mana rocks. So we have Soul Ring And then we have Arcane Signet. But I did find this one. This one is coming out in the set. It's called Abzan Monument. I'm assuming these are the new mana rocks coming out in the set. Amazing. So this thing enters and you get to search for a basic land. So not only does it enter and you get another landfall, but you get to pick the land. So obviously this is a tricolor deck, so being able to pick the land is huge. But then also its ability to sacrifice it and become a spirit, very good card. So super excited about this card. So we have 3 mana rocks in here. And then we also have 2 card searches. So I included a Cultivate and a Kodoma's Reach. So both of these cards very good as well. So I want to touch on this card a little bit, Terminus. So I included Terminus in this deck because of the commander. Because we are able to do things like sacrifice a creature and then draw a ton of cards, I think Terminus in here is going to be great because it's going to shuffle all of the creatures back into the library, but then you can just do something like sacrifice this guy and draw 12 cards. So you're able to like put them all back in, and then you have the power to draw them all out. So I think it's going to be really disruptive for your opponents. But y'all should definitely try it or let me know. Would this be the best board wipe? I think this is going to be a great one. But I think something like Farewell would also be awesome. Or just like a Day of Judgment. So I did actually look at Dam. Dam is a great one. But in this deck specifically, I'm including a Golgari Charm. Because Golgari Charm gives the last ability here, you can regenerate your creatures. If you use something like a Dam, you just canceled yourself. Because you can't regenerate your own creatures. So I just think Terminus is going to be better overall than like something like Dam. But I don't know. Y'all should definitely let me know. So this deck, the Precon, it does come with the Boots of Swiftness. But I actually included Lightning Greaves. In this deck specifically, there's only like 1 or 2 cards that can actually target our own stuff. So upgrading to a Lightning Greaves, definitely worth it, I feel like. Because being able to give Overgrown Battlement and not having to pay any mana to give it haste, very, very powerful. So I think it's better than Boots of Swiftness. Not super necessary, but I definitely recommend it. It's definitely worth the upgrade. So that's pretty much mostly cards except for the lands. So the lands was kind of tricky, really. You can do whatever you want for the lands. I think right out of the box, it actually works pretty good. So you don't have to change the lands at all if you don't want to. I didn't break the bank. I didn't try and get like the Triomes. But this deck, it does struggle the way I modified it. There's a lot of cards like this one, Souls of the Fauntless, or like this one, the Selesnya's Voice. So there's a lot of just mana symbols. Trying to find the exact mana and the right colors that you need, little tricky in this deck. But not impossible. So the way I have the lands organized in this way works fine. I haven't had too many problems with it, so I definitely recommend building it like this, but yeah. But one land that I definitely recommend you add in here if you don't change anything else is the Forbidding Watchtower. You can pay 2 and it becomes a 1/5. Great land, perfect for this deck, exactly what you would want. I definitely recommend picking it up. It's super cheap and great card. Yeah, just grab one. So definitely, if you want to take it to the next level, there are a few more cards like this one, March. It's a very, very good card, but it's kind of on the expensive side. I definitely recommend picking it up if you want to spend the money on it. It's a great card. I really think you could end some games with this card, but I didn't include it in this deck. I mean, I'll be honest, I went cheap. I didn't want to buy it. So on this Precon upgrade, I spent like $45-ish. So basically I bought another Precon, but I basically bought half a deck. So most of these cards, pretty cheap, definitely worth it. I definitely recommend picking them up. And so overall, I think this deck, it probably fits into a bracket 3 or maybe even 4. But there's no infinite combos in it. But this deck, it also doesn't have any game changers inside of it. So if you really want to increase the power level, you would do things like get tutors and stuff like that. But you'll design it or you'll customize it however you want. This is the feel that I wanted. Another popular thing that I've seen going around is including things like the Necrobloom, this card. So going more, and then you can also include things like 6. And there was one other card, I can't remember the exact second. So going more melee and graveyard interaction. So that would definitely work inside this deck, and I think it would work really well, honestly. So if you want to go more Golgari, the black and green melee, bringing things back from your graveyard, that style of deck definitely works with this. You should look it up. There's a lot of upgrade guides already coming out, and there's quite a few of those things like up on Moxfield and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check it out, and you can really customize it however you want, and I think it'll be just as powerful as any other customization. So I definitely recommend you pick up a Tarkir, Dragonstorm. All of them, all 5 of them look awesome. They all look great. I think you should pick one up and just go for it. I think they're pretty powerful. I think they'll be pretty fun Precons. But that's all I got for y'all today. So y'all make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications button as well, so y'all don't miss the next pack cracking video, the next Dusty Deck Trail episode, whatever we do next. And we'll see y'all next time.